Hello, welcome in. I started there without muting the mic, but yeah, we're live. Hello, Noah. Thanks again for your subscription. You subscribed during the intro, so you didn't get to stay live. But as you can see, hopefully your name is on the board. This is the list of all the current subs. So if you do sub, we'll write your name on the blackboard. You may as well use it whilst it's behind us. You see, if you're using Skystead Ranch today, the music's a bit loud for me. I might just turn my headset down, but let me know if or just too loud, or whatever. I can play around with the settings in game on the fly. Hello, Hyperd, welcome in. Thank you again for your subscription as well. 25 months, that's over 2 years now. I think you've subscribed since since subscribing was a thing for us. So yeah. Yeah, today we're home to play calling Voxels, but the build is still processing for that. Hopefully we can get that through today on stream. If so, we can show off the new winners. Also, you wanted the gradient rules on Discord here. You can get the if you link your account, which I think you already have, you can get the emotes as well. This mouse. There we go. Right. Got happy. This is a Jack save file, so if he finds changes when he comes back, that's on him. But yeah, we're showing off the Halloween event, so you can see, if you're familiar with Skystead, we have a bit of a different colour palette going on, nice and autumnal. We also have decorations like these flying candles and the pumpkins, etc. Rob stuck in the adverts. Well, if you're subscribed, Rob, you wouldn't have adverts. You subscribe on your personal account, so if you swap accounts, you'll be able to watch. A last minute change, just so you can get an angle to view this as well. Well, you've got this whale in the background, it's been there for a while now, but there's a little witch's hat on that guy as well. Sorry, Jack's camera feels more zoomed in than what I'm used to. Maybe I just different size monitor, that's probably affecting me. But yeah, the whale in the background has got a hat on there as well. So yeah, just a lot of Halloween decorations, and very similar to the Jack's not even finished building stuff in this world. Disgraceful. But yeah, very similar to the Easter event. You can see here from way back in April, all the Easter stuff. We have added another event for Halloween as well. So if you have the event here unlocked up here, I think you need to unlock some parts of the game first. Witchy the whale. I thought you said Witchy A, B, and B for some reason. But yeah, let me check this out. It might just be the one that's size. So I don't think we have like FOV or nothing like that. Yeah, we don't. It's just, it feels really zoomed in. I think it's just this monitor smaller one on my desk, so it's throwing me off a bit. But you can see here on the event pier. Normally, if you have the event pier all year round, this pier may not have anything at the actual pier, and there'll be a notification here when the next event's coming up. But now we have the Haunted Harvest. It's live now for 14 more days. Normally, it would run until Halloween, 31st of October, which is just over a week. But because we were a little bit late in getting this out, we've extended it for this year only. My new glasses, yeah, of course. And Jack's done some of this already. You can see here we have items to unlock. This one's already been unlocked. And you unlock them by filling up these machines. So you see this one here has the blue glow. This one's been filled up. This one here has a single blue glow. That's got one in there. And as you unlock, as you fill these up, you'll unlock the items tied to them. So we should be able to build this now. Assuming Jack has enough stone on this particular build. We can also start planting trees and just make sure we get that. And this little board here we added, and with the Easter event, I find some Easter eggs and put them into baskets. We felt that was self-explanatory enough that I didn't need instruction. But we added a new minigame for this one, so we felt that we needed some sort of tutorial for that as well. So there's new boards on this here as well, just showing you what you need to do. So hopefully it makes sense just looking at it. But so just take a picture of the little blue guy, he'll follow you, and then you can put them in the machine. So yeah, that's what we're going to do for now. We'll have a little wander around, see if we can spot any of the wisps, as they are called. We were hoping to have a little bit more as well, in terms of like horror stuff. When we initially spoke about the idea, we liked the idea of having somebody sitting on the boat who would sort of tell you what you need to do, or so add a bit of story to what's going on. But we didn't manage to do that. We're hoping that next year, if it all goes well, we want to update the event, add some new things, and hopefully add just an old dude sitting on the ship as well. I'm just stealing all the money that's set up here. Yeah, Jack has no resources. That's going to just have to farm for him as well. I'm going to turn on the setting that I like, which is always show resources. I like that one, just so I can see how much stone and wood we have. I'm going to have to start chopping down trees and stuff, so got myself a nice forest over there. It's perfect for me to chop down. For some planks you can use at the minute to ooh, that water's loud, isn't it? So I can get away from that. Let me also turn that effect down, because that is loud. Special effects, I think, is that one? Cool. Oh yeah, I forgot Jack made loads of pens to keep everything in. So he's got, for some reason, Spore and Spook in the same pen there. He's got bees behind the pen, even though they're not even happy. I mean, we can... finish it up for him. There you go. I don't know why he's keeping things in pens, but there we have it. I'll some wood here. There we go. I was going to say some plants that produce wood, like these ones when they change form. I don't think they're meant to, but they still do for now. But yeah, I can see. There, that's the wisp. So try not to get a skylight in, because you take a picture of the skylight instead. When you snap a picture, you see the little UI for the circle up here. That's when it's in shot. There's two more down to knock it out. There we go. I've took a picture of something that wasn't the wisp, so I'll keep that for Jack. That's just the skylights getting in the way, so I'm gonna go behind these pens. I'm not looking at the skylights. Yeah, these things are quite fast. I want to make this mini game a little bit of a challenge. Not too hard, obviously, but I'll have a little bit of a big game to play. Where's it gone? It's going into the pens. Jack didn't build this with wisps in mind, did he? I came on this side of the pen to avoid the skylights in the pen, but now it's on the other side of the pen. There we go. And when you take a picture, it throws you out the camera, and then the wisp follows you. And this is, as the instruction said, you just take this back to the ship, and you can deposit it to unlock the stuff. Yeah, as Rob said, wisp, not wisp with a H, because somebody, either Jack or Rob, mistyped the word wisp with a H, and then they both just accepted that was the way to spell it. And then, yeah, they got like towards the very end of development before I corrected them. Well, I corrected them earlier, but it was ignored. Then Rob had to go through and rename all of the files to give it the correct spelling. Might be worth seeing. But I'm going to plant these trees up here. Again, just in preparation for needing the resources. We're going to need the resources to build the new cool stuff. Because spoilers, just like the Easter event, the new buildables will attract a new skylight as well. So we'll need some stone for some of these items. We'll get these trees growing now because they take a while. And we'll need some wood as well. So I'm just going to plant them up here because nothing spawns up here. You can't affect or break any skylights. Sort of spawning and despawning. So I'll build all these, plant all these trees, get them growing, and then I'll dig them up there. But again, we can, if you want to, go and cut down Jack's trees over there, but he's planting them to get the big piece of stuff, so if we can avoid doing that, that'll be great. We just have a recycle here, so we can put a fish in it, see what we get. I don't think you get many resources doing this, but it is a way to sort of grind them up. It is the cruelest thing to put in there. It's probably a fish out of all the items I have in the game, but there you go. The item should come out of this hole in a moment, and we'll get turned into stone. There we go. Only a couple of stone. Yeah, it's not the most efficient way to get resources, but it is one way to do it. Everything's in pence. Fair enough. Jack can do what he wants with his island. You can do it too. We'll do a little cheeky bit as well. I'm going to buy. Where is it? So you haven't unlocked. Oh, I just have the Shirus unlocked. Very lucky upgrade, which does not have. We'll buy all the extra stuff. Yeah, we can. Buying more stone might be worth actually, but once you unlock the Shirus, you can every time they change form as well, and you can get wood out of that as well. So we're going to try and be a bit cheeky with that, get this guy that's walking past the plants, but hasn't got it unlocked in this build. But yeah, we look for more of the, what do you call it? More of the wisps, not of wisps. And I think since Jack's built nice spots in these two areas,
Wendy,
we'll go up top and see if he's got anything up here. There's a wisp there. I'll get that on the way back down. See if he's built much up here. No, he hasn't done anything up here. This is perfect. So, yeah, we'll start clearing this up, and we will build over in the miscellaneous section. Plant statue. We can build one of these. We'll plonk it right there. And then once we start, well, as a matter of fact, that's instantly spawned fang in. We disappeared again. Possibly because of the fact we have lots of cracked earth here. Because no skylight likes cracked earth, so we'll quickly just dig up all this. We'll get rid of all the trash items, and we'll try and make a home for Fang, which is the new skylight that you unlock with the event items. So Fang is a nocturnal creature, so we've made them share similar attributes to Spook, just so they sort of live together on an island, sort of peacefully. But it does mean we need some stone items, some graveyard items. I think the Haunted Harvest items do count as graveyard. Get a quick look. Oops, I built that again. That's fine. Yeah, it's Haunted Harvest and Graveyard is the tags instead of Extravaganza and whatever else it might be. So it should start attracting spooks as well, with it being a graveyard item. And that's just again filling in with the sort of Halloween theme. That's sort of the whole idea, to make it all as spooky as possible in theme with the season. And we'll try and make some of this place nice as well. I won't just make it all earth. Jack can be in for a nice surprise when he gets back on. He's built instead of destroying his islands. We'll make a nice expansion for him. Yeah, a bit of context on Skystead Ranch as well. Obviously, a few of you guys in the chat already are quite familiar with Skystead, but if anyone was watching who hasn't seen Skystead Ranch or hasn't been staying up to date with the news regarding it, we released this game back in January. Sort of a large release we did. And then, due to some setbacks and stuff in the big post you can see on Steam, we haven't been able to make many updates for this game since about April. But now we're back on track in what we want to do, and we can start dedicating more time to the development of Skystead Ranch. So, first big update was this month, which was the Halloween update. Sort of finding our feet again with the development. Just sort of getting a big update out there, and then yeah, going from this, we'll be doing more updates, presumably bug fixing, adding more features to the game. We do need to add an additional island, thanks to the Kickstarters who got us past that stretch goal, specifically Hybrid, who gave us that last minute push. And then we're also going to be putting the game onto Nintendo Switch, but that's sort of going to be hand in hand because we want to make sure the beach island's in the game before we do the full port to Nintendo Switch, just because file size and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, we're also going to be doing some work in the back end to get the Switch stuff ready. Hi, thank you for your subscription as well. Your name's already on the board from last month, but thank you. You said battle, but you didn't do the battle mode. What's that all about? I'll do it for you. And yeah, as I said, he's got his Kickstarter mug as well. But there is also merch if you want to check it out. I don't think I've got any commands for it. We bought the website. We do have Skystead merch if you're interested. You can get your own mug, but it won't be a Kickstarter one. Yeah, Shelly's moving in as always because we have moved all of the cracked earth and got rid of a lot of the trash items. Yeah, well, there's all the barrels that I want to see. I want to change my notes to the stream because for some reason Jack hadn't done it. I went into the setting for the chat and made it dark mode. But the chat was bright white and hurt my eyes. So I hope you appreciate the dark mode as well. Which should be Kickstarter mug or your normal mug. Let's get some other pictures as well. Let's get some nice shiny pictures for Jack. That's not nice, hasn't he got any stars on it? Pretty much the same. You can get them in, there's some rules for the photograph taking. If you get their face in the picture, if you get them doing an animation as well, then you get more stars. Let's try and catch him whilst you're doing that little kill. There you go, 4 stars. We'll keep that one. And then if you go to...
The leaves on a Shelly's back are unique to each different parts of the world. There must be thousands of subspecies.
Yeah, the picture you take actually gets stored in your book. We've missed one for Unhappy Shelly. I think at this point in the game, he's not going to get one because we can't put the cracked earth back. But that's fine. We're not interested in Shelly today. Shelly, you can just vibe here. We're going to wait for night time and we'll get Fang. So we'll come back, we'll get some more wisps, and we'll come back later on when we have... I do see a wisp right there. We've got one. You don't need to do it one at a time either. During the testing process, found out you can pick up more than one wisp and then sort of fix the material for that to make it better. So, did I catch a wisp? Do I have 2 wisps? I might have 2 of them be in the same spot. There's sort of 2 circle motions to do on your head. See any more on the way back, I'll pick them up as well. Unless I have to look the other way. Jack has built one of those items over there. I might just break that down. Take the stone back. Aha, see trees starting to grow. We're getting the wood, which we need to build some of the new items. And then once those are fully grown, chop them down here. One's just run away. They're all on a timer, sort of stops you just keeping them all forever. And also adds a bit of an extra aspect to the minigame. I can't catch it past the house. Luckily though, they've both let me know. They don't go back to their starting spot, they just hang around wherever you drop them. This is going to be the next half an hour of me trying to get these wisps again. There we go, got one. I got the other one again. There we go, it's night time. Well, once we've deposited these wisps, we'll make sure to head back. We can see the solar skyship going in there actually. Oh. There we go. Once we deposit these, we'll head back up to the top island and we'll see if Fang is appearing. We should be able to unlock these pumpkins with these two as well. There you press the animation, it fills in the light, but the next one it goes back in, and there we go. We've unlocked the pumpkin, so that's 2 out of 4 of the items unlocked. Hopefully that'll be enough to get back to Fang. Do we have any crops here? I've got some candy corn. I'll go and pick up some more crops as well. Just because once we've obtained Fang, we'll need to, once we've got Fang in the garden, we need to feed him as well. So I don't have to run back and forth all the time. I'll take some of these berries up top. Using the chest system. When the game first released, we didn't have the chests, unfortunately. We had the items in game, but they didn't work. And that was one of the big updates later on, was we went ahead and made the chest function. So there's different types of chests in the game. We have wooden, stone, all the sort of things you see in the build menu. There's a different version of the chest. And I'll get rid of this notification. And all the chests link together, so you can build wooden chests on all your island, and then any wooden chest you access will have the same storage. And then if you build a stone chest, that'll have its own unique storage as well. I don't know why I came here. I don't think there's anything I want to buy. But I keep picking up a lot of money from these pens, which is handy. These all unlocked by the upgrades for Jack. We want to get back while Snike's still running. Jack's got the Kickstarter add-ons as well, that's why the bridge might look different if you're playing the game. Jack's got all the Kickstarter settings turned on. I don't play with him on mine. He's got the animal bag on his hip there as well. And the only reason I don't play with him on mine is just for testing purposes. I don't want to... more players are going to not have the items rather than have them, so I don't want to end up breaking my game or not noticing any bugs that may come into with an update. Yeah, I'll pop a couple of them around. This is one of the items that you can actually interact with. It does a little spin. A little bit of fun that Robad's in. And yeah, we have Fang. Fang is interested, but not happy enough. We need to find out more information. We will, whilst we remember, take a photo for the book. It's a bit off-centre, but it's 4 stars. Fewer stars, but it's 2 in the picture. So, you can see at the bottom left, there's something we don't know about Fang yet. You can kind of read through the smudge text. I think it's saying stone. We'll build a couple of cheap stone items. Get some lights to make the nighttime look nicer. I think Spook likes lights as well, so I'll put a couple of them down. We'll see if that's enough for Fang. There we go. The bar's going up. There was enough stone. Now they have extra requirements, but there should be a time to take another picture. That's terrible, but that'll do for the book. There we go, we've got our 2 photographs. We have no information on Fang yet other than the requirements that we've fulfilled. And yeah, we need stone, and I think that's graveyard. I think that's a 5 as well, so using my Sherlock Holmes detections. There isn't... You don't need to just use the harvest stuff for the graveyard. There are some other items if you have them unlocked for graveyard, such as the gravestone. Kind of self-explanatory, but I don't have enough stone. So we do have to do a bit more farming before we can make Fang happy. We can put on one of those wooden chests. I'll put a farm up here. We'll try and get some resources. I don't need wood for the chest either, so I guess we can't do it. We'll pick up the wisp I saw over here though. also pet Spook. There we go. Yeah, Spook needs one more gravy lighting as well to be happy. So we're getting close to getting both of those skylights on the same island. Let me see if I can spot where that Wisp's gone. Another little thing that's quite fun. If you look at the Wisps, normally, let me try and get them in camera here without, because I can't look up. Where's the Wisp gone? Right further back, maybe? See, the Wisp's just sort of a blue cloud. There's not much detail to it. There's a trail and a sort of a bit of a moat effect. When you actually go on the camera, you can see there's a body inside the inside that glow. But there we go. Of course, when we get following us, you can see there isn't any sort of body there anymore. That's just another little sort of play on the whole ghost system. So making it so like it's a ghost that, you know, ghost hunters use cameras and technology to capture phenomenon they can't see with the naked eye. And that's all sort of went with what did you switch next? We could use the alphabet. We do have plans on using the alphabet for multiple things in the game. The alphabet's used on the gravestone, for example. I think it does say RIP on the gravestone. I think it's used in some other spots, but I forget where. But yeah, I guess I think at the very start the smudge text was used for ease of use, or just for speed in the development. So instead of distracting the artists from making like good things like these trees and the skylights, I think Rob himself made the smudge text, and it's sort of like within his capabilities as a programmer without much artistic skill. I'm sure we could definitely consider using that text because it isn't really used elsewhere, to be fair, and it would help the players realise that it is a text that can be translated. Might make people try and translate it more. Try and get a different angle for this Wisp. Keep coming out of the shot. There's still many things we like to do with Skystead Ranch. The text in the book being one of them. It's probably something we can do in the future. Keep getting distracted picking up the stone because I really need the stone. And then by the time I picked it up, the Wisp flies away. I think these trees are ready to be cut down. The stone ones maybe not so much, but the wooden ones are certainly ready to be cut down. What do I want to unlock next? 2 items. I think the cauldron. I think personally I like the look of this more. It just looks so much cooler. It's got a little bubble effect. This does have light on it as well though, and lights are very good for darkness. But we'll go with the cauldron for now. Let's do one at a time so we'll actually unlock them. I'll chop down a couple of trees. Any more? Oh, we've got some stone over here randomly. I'll take that. There's no more things to break up here. Yeah, Rob had a lot of fun placing all the decorations around. Just put a pumpkin on top of here. There's even some inside the cave as well. Might be worth having a look, see if there's anything to break in there to get some resources. Yeah, I'm happy thinking these trees over here are done. The stone ones need more room. So I'll chop down these trees and get some wood. But the fact that pine tree only had 4 things to break, not 5. Maybe the pine tree wasn't quite ready, but it's fine. We've got some wood out of it nonetheless. And then we'll leave these stone ones to go a bit more. Yeah, there's no wisps in the cave, just because there's no sort of transition. If you have a wisp following you when you enter the cave, the wisp doesn't come in with you. It just sort of waits outside, but you come back out. But there are decorations in the cave, and you can attract Fang into here if you want. It looks like Jack's already destroyed everything in here, as far as I can see. It has left some dirt on the outside. We'll get that from. See on the board there, the whole 0% in the middle there is the cracked earth. There we go, it's hidden there. We've got it for him. And that will be stopping some scars from spawning. So change that, fix that for him. But there's nothing yet to pick up. There's maybe some stones on the outskirts might be worth picking up just to get some more resources. But we'll head back out and we will continue catching wisps. Yeah, you see all the pumpkin decoration. I think if you zoom out a little bit, you can see there is a... I can't say on this resolution very easy, but there's a bit of bunting strung between the 2 rocks, and Rob was very pleased with this. because the bundling's separate to the poles, so he's strung it up there. He's very happy with that. A little bit of cheeky decorating. Oh, we have a wisp right here. Oops. Jack hasn't been taking pictures in this build. Let's get some pictures so he's booked. There we go. I don't care if it's a particularly bad picture, as long as there's something for the book. Because the more things you have in the book, the more you actually get pictures on the left here. So you see we've taken a picture of Wendy in black and white at some point. That's one of that mistake picture. So this is showing black and white on the left. But Skipling has a picture.
Best lock up your jewellery and wallet with this thing about.
Colour, so Skipling's in colour on the side there as well. That's a great picture. Anyway, we're getting the Wisp C2 now, which is good. Let's get them.
Puffle.
Let's try again. There we go. There's one more. Now we'll run back as quick as we can before we lose these guys. I've got a feeling I'm going to drop the first one by the time we get back. Go on, especially because I got to run into the boat. We did it, we made it in time. But yeah, so as Noah got excited for, Switch is sort of the next big thing. We do have to add the next layer of, or the next island to the game. So if you look at the Kickstarter page, you will see it is a historic Kickstarter page now. It's all complete, but we did hit a stretch goal that meant we were adding a beach island, which is just a whole additional island with the theme of being a beach. So it adds water and sand skylets as well. But once that's in, again, we'll be focusing on getting a Nintendo Switch. So it'll be on two platforms, on PC and Nintendo Switch. And hopefully that will unlock the game for those YouTube play on console. If you're waiting for the game, and then, you know, you'll get it there. But it will be a bit of work still, so don't expect it anything like too soon. But it is something we are now actively working on, or working towards. So fingers crossed it won't be too long, and you'll be able to play it as well. Thank you to everyone who's been patiently waiting for the Switch version. We need to spend some of this money because we have maximum money now. These fly shops are generating some wood for us, which is great. I'm going to grab this Whisper here. Easy as that. Having this in should unlock the cauldron, and then once we've got that, I'll go and spend some money in the shop. Just so we can sort of make sure we start collecting that resource. Paul wants to unlock the house upgrades for Jack as well, but I know I need these resources for the new items that I want to build, so we'll hold off doing the house for now. You see here, so if you look at the cauldron here on the left, there we go, it's gained its colour. That's sort of highlighting which ones you've unlocked, which ones you haven't as well. So it's a bit tricky with this one, considering it is mostly stone anyway, but adds colour to the item, so you know that you've actually finished unlocking it. Yeah, so this event itself though will run every year, so if you aren't planning on playing the game yet, like this month, and we do want to play a Halloween event, it will be coming back next year as well, between the days of the 11th of October and 31st of October. Again, this particular year we are running the event till the 7th of November, just to make up for the fact that it was released a little bit later than the planned time. We'll be out every year, so you're not going to miss out on content by not playing during the month. But you can also, we don't recommend it because it can affect your PC, but you can also just go ahead and change the date on your PC to be October, and it will unlock the event for you. So same goes for the Easter event. It runs in April. I forget the exact dates, but it's mid-April, I believe. Just buy this to get rid of the money. And yeah, the April event is Easter, and that's how you unlock. You see the eggs card over there. and some of the Easter looking or spring looking items that Jack's got built on this particular island here as well. Yeah, this little egg guy, little chicken and egg. He's spawned by the extravaganza items, which are these ones over here. We have this bunny light, this little spring wreath, this hair bill, and there's something else we have unlocked. The Easter basket as well. There, not going to build that on Jack's island. I am going to destroy this statue just because I want the stone back, and we are building we're building the spooky stuff up at top, so we'll get all that stone back from there. Happy days. Stone's a slower item to come by. And we'll head back up top and we'll build the new cauldron we have and start getting that farm going for Fang. And we have just one mine to unlock as well, so we'll see if we can get that done as well before the current Voxel stuff comes through. Cauldron, 35 stone, pretty expensive, but we don't need many of them. We'll put it right next to statue actually, there we go. Nice. Is this enough for Fang? Fang is going to sleep. He needs more stone by the looks of this still. I think we're one shy. Because these don't count as stone items. So I kind of want to build something nice just to make it look nicer. We don't have the stone. I'll go and check those trees we were building before. In the meantime, I will build the wooden chest. Just have access to the stuff we've got stored in there. I'll try and make this place start looking a bit nicer. Get how many berries I picked up, but we'll pop down 6. We've got 5 berries, that's fine. We can... I don't know if these are going to have enough room to grow, but we'll see. The sort of UI indicates how big the engine's going to be. I think it's 3x3, maybe bigger. We'll see when we get back up here once it's started to grow, if that's enough. Did I see a wisp up here? I saw a wisp on the way up here, so we'll pick that up on the way back. And then we'll see about cutting down some of those stone trees and getting some stone. At the very least I want to, even if I don't, finish that island up top there, at the very least I want to go ahead and at least tame one Fang. So we'll catch these wisps over here as well. There's 2 more. Where are they at? Oh no. Stop with the twister tree. There we go, we've got 3 on ahead. We'll try and keep them all by the time we get back. That's quite cool with them spinning around there. Oh. First one's left. I'm juggling these all the way back at this rate. I'm not very good at cutting these pictures. There we go. Oh no. Come back. I think I'm making this longer for me in the long run by trying to catch them all at once. Yeah, I've just seen no one leave as well. Oh no. There we go. Right, we're going. If I drop one, which I think I just did, I'm not going to pick it up. I'm just going to drop these 2 off. And then we'll come back for the last one again. Oh no, drop the other one. Oh god. You can go in there at least. There we go. That was quick and easy. Painless. I did see those stone trees had grown, so we won't get that stone, which we desperately need for Fang. And I think those are fully grown because you see on the top of the tree they have the little sprouts. I think that means they're fully grown, so we'll destroy these trees as well. Yeah, that's a lot of stone, that's good. There we go. And we'll grab this guy. Bit painful, but good. Yeah. You would think after testing this multiple times I would be better at doing that, but no. We need one more for that fine line, which would be great. We can get that for sure by the end of the stream. Sort of getting a little bit disturbed by the fact we've got some cracked earth here. I still know this doesn't affect any skylights, but no thank you. And we've got some over there, but that's out of the way. We're not walking past that. But even here we've got some earth. Get rid of this. It just looks ugly. It's meant to look ugly. It's sort of the start of the island. You meant to make it look nicer. So there we go. As well, that will even put some grass down, make it look a bit vibrant. There we go. Isn't that better? One thing I want to do is I want to be having added in. You can change the size of the planting. I sort of make that upgrades. That'll be ideal to have it so you can upgrade those. So you start with a small tool and you can make it better by progressing. And one thing I like doing, if you add the meadows to just a single square, you can add individual flowers as opposed to getting the big swaths of flowers. You can just have 1 and 2. You can't choose the colour. You just sort of randomly choose between the 3 different flowers. But you could remove them and replace them if you wanted to. If you wanted to, you know, colour coordinate your garden. I'm going to catch this last wisp because we need one more. There we go. We haven't added any new crops with this update, but we were talking about adding a pumpkin to grow and harvest as well, because it seems like an easy win with it being a Halloween update. But we haven't put that in yet. Also thinking about it, it'll be quite a lot of work for the cooking updates, because obviously any food items can be cooked as well. So could possibly add new recipes and stuff with that in the future if you want to make like pumpkin pie and that sort of stuff. But we'll leave that for next year as an idea, because we do have still like the idea of growing your own pumpkins as well. But it sort of makes it an easy combination. If we give Fang will have a favourite food set. I'm not sure what it is. You can try feeding them multiple things, see what it is, check it out. But I'm sure when we do the update, we can update it so the favourite food is the pumpkin, right, or something related to the pumpkin. So I'm just going to be picking all this money because the loot goblin and me when I play games is just making me want to pick it all up, and I won't spend it straight away to make sure we have money. I want to pick up more money. What's last of the upgrades for the house? They're all bought now. You might get more later on once you've actually upgraded the house. Chances are we'll leave that to Jack when he gets back on his save file. We're not interested in the house today. We're going to make a home for Fang. See if those plants have grown, because Fang will need feeding. So the mid to end game of this entire game is to sort of try and balance your garden perfectly to attract the skylights you want. So obviously we've been planting stone items and graveyard items to get Fang here, but you can try and work out what other things you can build to sort of give Fang friends, right? And for some of those combinations it'll be quite tricky. Some skylights can't be put together, simply just isn't possible. But for some skylights it will be possible. It'll just be quite difficult to sort of balance the garden and get the right requirements for everybody. I want a gravestone. I fit a gravestone is just a fitting sort of addition. Let's add a couple. There we go. They're not centre on purpose. Don't worry about that. So there we go. That's not enough stone, isn't it? Maybe it's not updated yet. We'll come back with some food to see if Fang's happy. I'll put one more there though. Hopefully no one. It's just a decorative gravestone there. But maybe 2 people died because there are 2 gravestones. And maybe 1 big person who required 2 gravestones to know where they're gone. Where they've been buried. There we go. We've made Fang happy. We've got 1 tamed Fang. Is that enough? Yes, there we go. And we've got the achievement there as well. Tame your first Fang. You get achievement for every single Skylet. Take a picture of him asleep. Sure. There we go. Now all that's left for Fang is to work out the missing information. So we know they like fruit. You can try feeding them a bunch of different foods. There's also information to work out with them as well. So now they're waking up. Hopefully we can start petting them and getting some information. I'm also waiting for the rest of the crops to grow. And once they're ready, we can feed the rest of the Fangs as well to make them happy as well. So you see all these speech bubbles with these Skylets. I believe only so many of these can appear in game at a time, just sort of performance things. So I'm going on petting all these other Skylets, which we have information on already, just to make sure and get speech bubbles for the Fang to try and appear and try and get some information in the book there as well. I'll just do a quick check if we have any. Taking a cheeky little look up at Discord there, see if we have any updates on the current Voxel build, but not yet. That's fine. Still plenty to do in Skystead. Aha, finally we have a Fang wanting to speak. Hello Chandra, welcome in. We're just playing through some of the Haunted Harvest Skystead stuff today. We've been building all the items, we've finally got them all unlocked. We've got the hay bale with the light, we've got these pumpkins, and these cauldrons and statues as well. Now we're going to feed the other Fangs. There we go. Fang does like fruit, which is handy. So that's all we've got up here for now. I was saying that I know we have a... I'll give it a try. We have a corn in here. It's just 1. You know what? The smart thing to do is to plant this. So we'll get more than 1. And we'll see if Fang likes any candy corn as well. Neither likes nor dislikes vegetables. Guess he's a fruit bat, I imagine. Ah, we'll go to another one. And we have 1 more Fang over there needing feeding, but we need more food than what we've got here, so we'll wait before we try taming the last one. But in the meantime, we can start making this place a little nicer, try and spruce it up a little bit. See what else we can get to spawn over here with Fang and the ghost. Not the best place to put a pond in, but I've built a statue over here by mistake on its own. Instead of destroying it, we'll just see if we can make it fill the area nicely. There we go. Yeah, I've always had this update as well, this Halloween update. It's completely free, so there's no additional DLC or anything after to get this update. Just something you would put into the game as part of the events. Do you have hopes of doing more events as well? I don't want them to be the Christmas event. If that'll happen this year or not, we'll have to wait and see. Maybe next year thing, we'll have to, we'll come to that decision later on. But we do want to have more events throughout the whole year. Each one with its own theme and its feel, and just sort of for a couple of weeks in the game, making it so the the game feels different and, you know, refreshing. Sort of going with the seasons and attracting new Skylets that are only available during those times of year as well. Of course, that my bot. Don't forget to join the Discord as well. The link for which is down below on the stream. Maybe put the link in the actual message, I don't know, make it a bit more obvious, but there we go. Yeah, we have a lot of events for Christmas for all of the games, which is why we'll have to wait and see if we can fit it in. But fingers crossed we can. Yeah, the berries have regrown. I will go ahead and feed the final fan. You can have up to 3 of each Skylet on the island at a time, currently in the game. Maybe add something in the future to increase those if you really like a particular Skylet. Might be adding ways to change that, because I know for a fact we want to add, we have something on the Trello board to be able to remove Skylets, because just with the game set up, Shelly will always appear on your island, and once the requirements there in the bottom left to be met, Shelly will always just hang around waiting to be fed. But if you don't want Shelly on this particular island, for example, we want to create sort of like totems, similar to the, we have a Scarecrow. Let's see if Jack's got it unlocked. Don't think so. Jack doesn't have the Scarecrow, but there is a Scarecrow item in the game. Something similar to that, where you would place it down and it would sort of scare off a particular Skylet. Just for sort of end game customization for your islands. Something we have on the Trello board to add in the future. So hopefully we'll get that added in. But as well as that, if you really like a Skylet, why not add in the ability to add more than one? So I've created a weird accidental swamp here with the grass underneath the water. There we go, let's get rid of that. Let's put them back on. Yeah, this terraforming that I'm doing here, sort of like the main customization due to your island other than building items, and that affects this board over here. So everything you build on each island is represented here. So we have 50% grass, 6% water, and then different items on the bottom there as well. We've got 4 stone items, 6 water harvest items, and that's sort of your guide on what you need to do to attract this Skylets. Because if you've already discovered Grumble, for example, you can click through here and work out what does Grumble want. Grumble just wants loads of plants, so I need to build more Grumble plants here to attract a Grumble. Same goes for all the Skylets you've already discovered. You can sort of see what their requirements are and sort of work out what you need to start adding or taking out of the island in order to attract them. Because some things want particular items, some things don't want items as well. So you've got any examples. I don't think I've got any examples here, but some creatures don't like particular things. Like, do we have a Luna? As a matter of fact, I think I've seen one about. Luna doesn't want fire, because, you know, moths are attracted to light, and fire is bad for a moth. So, if you have any fire items on an island, it will get the Lunas away. So there is a sort of balancing act to do between different Skylets. Again, that's how I was saying how some Skylets just aren't compatible together. There were some Skylets that want fire, and then we have the Luna who doesn't want fire. So you just have to sort of learn what each Skylet wants and just sort of work out how you want to lay out each island to attract the Skylets. I kind of want to build a fish over here actually. Let's do it. Yeah, exactly. They're all achievements for grouping Skylets as well. So Skylets
have that nice new book smell.
Skylets have tags, right? It's not in the actual book by the looks of it, as a matter of fact. Other than up in the top right of the first page, you can see if the nocturnal or daytime creatures. I'm sure there's a scientific word opposite of nocturnal as well. But yeah, we have flying creatures or Skylets. We have elemental Skylets like the sizzle here and the bow. And there's achievements to get all those on each island, and some of the achievements are much harder than others. So the elemental one, for example, does require a very exact island setup, because you need exactly 25% and 15% of different things to attract each one. So It's meant to be challenging though, it is an achievement, so why can't I build this? Oh, it's got the wrong thing on there. It requires 36 stone, I don't have 36 stone. The UI was broken at the bottom there though. Let me double check. I know Jack's got some stone trees down here. Let me double check. These trees will be part of the requirements for some of the skylets on this island. Double check. You need 5 trees. So we can cut down 4 without risking affecting Jack's skylet setup. You require a little bit more tall grass. Let me do that. This is where the balancing act comes in. So he'll require a certain amount of dirt. You're aware it's possible to have all the skies together. So we've got 20% there. Luna can be tamed now once we feed it. We're not going to bother, but trying to make sure I'm not breaking Jack's islands by making changes. If no one else needs trees, don't think they do. We'll go ahead and chop down some of these wood trees. No idea. Don't think you need trees. No, don't think. So Jack's go ahead and tame these. I haven't taken a single photograph. There you go, Spore. That's a fantastic picture. Yeah, we have a stone tree right here. That. Oh. I managed to break the UI by picking up a mushroom at the same time. Didn't mean to pick that up. Oh, that mushroom has made all the spores unhappy. Oops. Let me replant that. Plant the mushroom. Well, this is affecting the tall grass. That's affected that Luna again. But we had to destroy this tree because it shouldn't affect the other guys. I'll get the stone that I want. I'll let Jack refeed those spores later on. If you end up removing all their requirements, so for example, the graveyard and light requirements for Spooky, if you move all of them, they will leave the island completely as well. So, if they become unhappy and need to be fed again, that's an easy fix once you've met their requirements. But if you go ahead and actually completely neglect their needs and make them leave completely, then there's a little bit of fixing needed to do there. Anyway, I keep managing to break the UI. I'm just pressing buttons too quickly. Right, we want to get the fishing hole down. Main reason I'm doing this, I want to start fishing up some items, just to test what Fang likes and doesn't like. So we'll do some fishing. It's an easy way to get different tags without having to run around too much and plant all the stuff. There's a handful of tags in here. I've pressed on one button. Like, I know we've got meat from the fish. Well, no, fish technically there's a different destination to the word meat, but and there's also like junk items and stone items and stuff in here. So we can test a few different tags from here and see what.
She sells seashells on the seashore. She sells seashells on the seashore. She sells seashells on the seashore. She sells seashells on the seashore.
So we're fed Fang something he absolutely hates. But that's fine. We want to work out more of this book. Because each bit of information you uncover fills up this percentage up at the top. And we do have something planned to be linked with the percentage if you're 100% of Scarlet. I don't think we've done something like the photographs count as well. If you're 100% everything, it will be linked to something in the future. Then we have like plushes of all the Scarlets. And to unlock those plushes, you'll need to I'm not very good at fishing. You need at least 100% of the items of these Scarlets, I believe. Or at least that's the idea. So we'll just do some more fishing, try and work out what else Fang doesn't like. Try and get some actual fish. Nope, just some more junk. We know he doesn't like junk already. We'll check it with Spook. Spook didn't mind the junk. There is more food tags as well, but that's related to the cooking. You can cook items and get spicy, salty, hot food, cold food. We won't be able to find that. Don't think we have any cooking unlocked in this particular build. And loves meat. So he's no longer a fruit bat. But that's why we're discovering. Close to the Voxels build, fingers crossed we can at least show off what's in the game. Start playtesting some of the levels.
Don't worry. Heard of the 5-second rule? Just grab it. Give it a wipe.
Wipe down the fish, sure. Daddy hates meat, there we go. Not the same. I was mentioning the cooking, we don't have all the we haven't got the kitchen upgrade on Jack's build here, so we can't do the cooking. There will be some food tax we can't obtain at the minute. Oh, that's what I was saying. I was saying we have we haven't even announced the winners yet for the current Voxels build or competition, so you'll be the very first to see who's in the DLC. I think so. No, if you know about the credits, I think it's been fixed. Rob can confirm or deny. Either way. I think we will go ahead and start getting some other stone trees down, see if we can't unlock some of the kitchen stuff. We've unlocked all the rest of the Halloween stuff, we just need to discover what Fang needs. They're completely upset, all these guys, all these feeding. Same with the guys in here, they're all unhappy now.
Spore.
But that's fine. Don't worry about it. You're a bit slow on getting the Halloween DLC, right? But make sure that's done before the month ends. Let's get as many of these as we can, put more on the chest, and then we'll go and start growing them all, try and get some stone producing. I'll do it for now, sure. You can also feed these directly to the skylights as well, so I'm going to be careful not to actually feed that to a skylight by the chest, because I don't want to lose these. Not that they're that expensive, but it's not the point. You're playing all the collections in order. I guess that's fair. You don't have to, but that's fair. Something's growing. I can hear the popping effect. No idea what's growing though. Pick up all this cool stuff. I never quite got around to implementing the gates fully. The idea of the fencing and gating is so you can build pens and also keep your crops safe. But as you say, the skylights can still walk through the gates. So we want to. But the idea was that you could keep Grumble away from your plants because we want to, you know, add some greed to some of the skylights, and like you had your crops exposed, the skylights might just walk in and eat them. So we did have some plans there for that. And again, there's still a chance of me add it in the future. There's still plenty of things on Trello to go ahead and do. There's some insider information there. Wait until November. I forget exactly how much space these trees need, so we'll space them out nice and big. It does show you again when you're planting them. There you go. That's sort of, you see the blue outline? It's got like a 2x3, and then each side has an additional step out. That's how much space each tree needs to go fully grow. Like you're planting a tree, and then there's a bit of overlap with the red. So, for example, the red in the middle, that shouldn't be highlighting. It's sort of just clashing with the hole you're putting it into. But if you had an item built next to the tree, it would be highlighted red as well, and that sort of indicates that the tree will grow up to a certain point, but then once it overlaps with the red, it'll stop growing. So, let you know before you plant something if it has enough space to fully mature. These, of course, I think are the longest things to grow in the whole game. There'll be some time before we get some stone back from that, but once we get the stone, we can... Seeing if there's dropping more stone randomly. Once we've got the stone, we can hopefully upgrade the house a bit. We've got loads of upgrades sitting here waiting. This is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah, we need a lot more stone. Going to need a bit more wood as well. We'll put as much in here as we can. Might be able to do this one. If we go and pick some stone from by the cave. The house is something else we need to get around to finishing up as well. You are meant to be able to go in the house and it's sort of maybe a player home. That's something else we want to go ahead and make sure it's working for this, put in time for the Switch release as well. So lots of plans for that. We already got the furniture for inside the house built and designed. Like for example, one of the things is a bed to sleep in, simple enough. Just main reason so you can pass the time. If you are working on the nighttime scarlets and then daytime comes around, you can go to bed to pass around to.
You aren't going to be putting me on a dusty old shelf, are you?
As
field guides do get bored easily.
You're going to pass the time, hopefully, to go back.
You aren't going to put me on
vice versa.
a dusty old shelf, are you? As field guides do get bored easily.
He's looking at. He really doesn't want to go on that shelf. I said it twice now. Yeah, I always forget the reasoning why we wait until the very end of the year before we do more Hexseed on Switch. And every year I ask Rob, why haven't we started the Hexseed on Switch yet? And it's because we have to have all the DLC fully ready in order to put out the year pass. You can't sort of put it on sale until everything's ready in the build. For Nintendo Switch at least. Where with Steam we can put up the store page, and then as long as the DLC is released in time for the actual announced release date, then you can sort of announce the DLC before it's ready. But with Switch, everything has to be ready and everything has to be in the build in order for the store page to go live. So that's why Hexseed is a year behind, because we need to wait until the end of December. So we've got all of this year's DLC out in order to announce everything for that year in January. So yeah, Switch has always been a year behind. Really poorly explained there, but essentially everything needs to be done before it's actually put on the store page. And I've got 2 Hexseed DLCs to still make before the end of the year, so. What I'm doing here, the cave spawns these little glowy rocks. There's 3 different types. This one is stone. We have a sort of browny one for woody, I think, and then one of them is wood as well. So if you're completely out of resources, it was sort of consideration that it could technically be possible for somebody to spend every single penny of their resource and not be able to buy anything to progress the game and get completely stuck. Although you can pet the Skyless to get a bit of money as well. Just in case you got completely stuck, resource-wise, there are some naturally spawning resources that you just run around and collect. It's not very efficient because it's not meant to be a way to sort of cheese the game, but it's a way to get a little something so you can keep playing, keep progressing. So we'll just run around here for a little bit, see if we can pick up some resources. We need to plant some more normal trees as well, actually, so we'll do that as well. So running low on wood as well as stone. See if I'll run up the Shire ship, because I built the library, and each time you build something new in the game, you unlock more things to buy in the shop. I just remembered as well, actually, down here, Jack hasn't built these things, but he does have the cards for them, he just hasn't put the resources in them. Right, let's get some trees, get some wood.
Buttontail?
We'll still pick up the money even though we're full. Nope, that's the Shrek reference. Do for you to work out. We don't have the Shires yet, unfortunately. We do have some more buildables. We have some music tiles you can build. They're quite expensive to build, 30 wood per. But that allows you to make music on the ground if you want to. What we're doing here, we're getting some trees. One of these gives you more wood than the other, and I forget which. We'll go with the oak tree. I think it's the oak tree. Oh, bye. It does look a bit funny watching this keepers come in with the doors sort of slamming shut whilst they're still standing on the platform, but it will be nice to come in. We've got the nighttime upgrade. Is she coming in yet? There it is. Actually needs improving for this one. A bit stretched. Not the smoothest parking job, back and forth a few times, but not everyone's a good driver. This guy's in a little drawer with his backpack. So, obviously seeing me playing this game with a build that's already got quite a few things unlocked. But for context, this ship here only arrives at night. But it won't actually arrive until you've built these lampposts on the pier. So, for the first early part of the game, once nighttime comes around, you can't actually purchase anything. The ships will be gone. But it's also an upgrade as you progress through the game. You can attract more traders in the night or different times of the day. The original plan was that there's currently 3 different types of ships that sell stuff, and the original plan was that each ship would sell different things. So you just unlock new items by unlocking the different ships. But that's not currently a feature in the game. All shops sell the same thing, but it's just fine for now. But in the future, hopefully we'll be able to make it so each ship is more unique. After that one sort of looks more sciencey, get a bit of a distance on it, but you can see it's got like a telescope on the roof and stuff. I want that to be more of like where you unlock new spells and new... I think it's 4 ships. Oh yeah, there is 4 ships. I've got hybrid middle, didn't I? That's right. Not including the event ships, of course. This is an additional ship, but this isn't the same style. This ship was designed by another one of our Kickstarter backers as well. On the higher tiers, allowed you to design a ship. And sort of work hands-on with Jack in that design. And this was yeah, their design. They wanted to be very... They chose very early on. They wanted a Halloween ship. So we waited until the Halloween event to go ahead and make it. So yeah, there it is. It's a very, very cool design. Jack obviously got very happy hearing that he wanted a Halloween ship. It is much larger than the other ones, but that's just for the sole purpose that you can walk on it. You can't go on the other ships, not in the game anyway. Yeah, so we had to scale this one up considerably just to make sure that we could actually walk onto it. These oak trees require a lot more space, but that's a bit. We'll transfer them out a little bit more. Yeah, it's called the ferry, sort of like linked to the Ferry of the Damned, but that name could technically change, mainly because the person that designed it didn't give it a name. They couldn't think of one, so if they do decide to date online that they have a name they want for the ship, we can change it, surely, because the names aren't in the game officially yet, so it's not really a problem. We can change that, that's fine. But for now it is just called the ferry. Again, just Jack's sort of reference towards the Ferry of the Damned, more Halloween-y, spooky sort of stuff. Just enough space in these little outlets to put some trees, so we'll get these planted, we'll get these growing. Then we'll get some more wood producing. As we aim to build the rest of these stuff that Jack hasn't unlocked yet. Should be a bit of wood over here from these fly traps, hopefully. There's a little bit. It's a lot of hay bales.
Windy.
That was a strange call, but we'll Let it fly. I don't think I've got enough wood for this one. Yeah, we need 2 more stone and a lot more wood. This one? Oh, sure, just stone.
Spore.
What doesn't work on a switch there, no? Well, mouse controls. That's fantastic. Fantastic picture. How are you even getting a mouse on there? On the Switch? Is that a Switch 2 thing, is it? Yeah, we got a lot of contact with MCM as well. Fortunately, we couldn't do it this year. But we do hope that in the future we can do more events. We are actually going to MCM in Newcastle at the end of the month. Just sort of to check it out, see what... But it is a much smaller... I'm saying MCM, it's not MCM, it's Comic Con Newcastle. Just to see what that's like, because it is a much smaller event compared to London. But hopefully we can scope it out, find out what's going on, and see if there's any opportunities for us there in following years as well. So yeah, fingers crossed we can do more events in the future with more games, more things. Yeah, just can we have a look at the ship? So yeah, you can see this again. It's got the moving telescope on top to give it more of an observatory sort of look. It does these are textures we're doing for the sails though. Again, that's just sort of the idea behind that is to make this more of a science ship. So hopefully we'll in the future be able to make this into a science ship of some sort. This is expensive. Let me build some of these bushes as well. See if these produce much stone. I think they do produce stone, but they're not as much, but it grows faster than the trees do. So we'll get one of those planted right there. Why not? We'll start recycling this. I don't think this gives stone either, actually. I think this gives just money. But we'll have a look. So how long this takes. Oh, it does give some stone. That's fine, we'll start firing these back and forth. Doesn't give much. Oh, what's this? An egg. So I pet this guy earlier, give us an egg. What does an egg give us? Give us another egg. Some of this guy, that's what we've had producers, which means they produce 9. So the egg guy, I think what's it called again? The egg guy. Let's say Shelly, that's not right. It's called York, that's right. York produces eggs, which once the event's over, it's the only way to get them. And also the big bee produces honey, like, you know, it is bee, and then there's a goat that produces milk as well. And there's more items just for the for cooking with. Each one produces its own sort of recipe. You can, you know, make dairy products with the milk. Sweeter items with the honey and that sort of stuff. So
Shelly.
It's sort of a later game way of making more complex foods.
Sizzle.
Is it? Which one of those is one's in Germany, isn't it? The packs of games come out in Germany. Would like an excuse to fly to Germany on their company money though. You can't tell as well, you might have noticed when we're walking past these skylights, they have little calls, little cries. The first few were done by a variety of different voice actors, I think, but the last few skylights were maybe the same one. And personally, I think we need to redo some of them because they're just, like you hear that Wendy before, that's a bit much for me. But yeah, no, each skylight has its own unique sound. And you can change how often they shout at you with the settings as well, actually. Audio, skylight call chance on 20%. Don't know what 100% does, because every time. Training, you getting training. Getting the train is better for the environment, that's for sure. But flying probably will be cheaper. If you want to, you could drive all the way to Germany. There we go, we've got some stone. Thankfully we can make some more stuff now. We'll go down to the pier because I think we have enough to make progress a little bit one of those piers. Yeah, we can cycle, eh? To the Gamescom.
Wendy.
I need more wood for this to be finished up. But we have all the stone for this now.
Relaxing, eco-friendly, and can power something nearby.
Okay, let's start hinting out what's to come, because right now this doesn't actually power anything. It's a water wheel, but it does power this item over here, spoiler. But it doesn't go anywhere yet. That's where the beach island that we talked about before will be when we put it in. So yeah, make sure you got those built if you want to access the beach island update as soon as it comes out. Again, release time to be confirmed. But that is the upgrade you will need for that. Just need to get some more wood, and then we can finish building that as well. Because each one of these will, as I said before, unlock more things in the shop. So let's have a quick look at. Is that water wheel itself? Will it unlock some new stuff? Yeah, here's the other ship. And then we're only missing one from what was shown off. This one is shaped like a narwhal. Has a fire right there, keeping the balloon hot. Actually, accommodation and stuff in Birmingham would be much cheaper than London was. Yeah, you unlock these extra items you can buy to build, and these are all luxury items, so they're more late game. The water wheel itself is more late game anyway. There wasn't any more plants, unfortunately, though, so we will continue with our quest to make more buildables. We see that 45-hour to bike it. Is that if you were cycling non-stop without any rests? Does it take into account stopping for like 12 hours to have a sleep? Yeah, again there. Let's see if these trees are growing at all. A little bit, not enough to give us any wood yet. This little how this tree is dropping stone every time it grows is another sort of oversight bug that we're fixing, but you can abuse it for now if you want to get resources. But essentially what's happening is every time the tree is growing to the next stage, it's destroying the original tree and building the next one, and each stage has resources that it drops, so you're sort of like getting the resources that's being destroyed automatically by the tree that's being destroyed as it grows. So it's a bit of an exploit that we'll be taking out at some point when we get around to it. Same with this. What's happening here is each time the plant changes like shape, it's deleting the previous plant and putting a new one in, and that's dropping the resource that plant would drop normally if you were to destroy it using the crook. Yeah, you can use that for now if you want to get some resources, but that will eventually be patched out of the game. Don't rely on that as a way to make wood and stone in this game, because it will eventually not work out. Oh yeah, I've watched you drawing that.
Where does this
I'm
go?
not sure what the game does. I've seen what you've been posting in Discord. Yeah. Oh, there it is there. You can see the island. That's where that goes. There's a fishing spot down there and nothing else. This will look completely different. That's just a placeholder island for now. But down there will be the beach island when it's finished and put into game. Still just need wood now, surprisingly. Got up with the stone. For the beach island as well, we have a lot of the decorations sort of ready. They do need testing, but they have been modelled and textured. We have all the skylets. I think all the skylets. They've been made on stream as well, quite a few months back now. Set them ready to go. All that's have to do is actually implementing the island, making the actual island itself. When that's been finished. And then, yeah, a lot of testing as well. So, fingers crossed there's not loads of work to do, but we'll have to wait and see when Rob actually gets teeth into it, how much he's doing. That's unlocked the Shirus. Perfect. I want to get this. You get 3 plants. See in the bottom left there with the icon, you've got 3 circles. That means we can plant that bag 3 times. And you'll see why I want this in a moment. I might be in. So I've got save files on my. This is Jack's Steam account. As I said, this is Jack's Island. On my Steam account, I have save files that have lots of broken things in them because I break something, I report it, then it gets fixed. But the broken thing sometimes stays behind in mine. We'll see if this problem is still here as well. So you see, this plant requires that much space. Same as the oak tree.
A shy plant. That's a new one.
So if we plant these like this. And wait for it to grow. What should happen? One of them, I think, grows before the other ones and gets to the full stage where it changes its shape, and the other 2 just block that plant. So every time it goes to its full form, it automatically goes back to its previous form because it's just getting hit by something else, and then it just produces wood each time it does that. Which again, doubling up the exploits to try and make more wood. We need to wait for it to grow. It's not fixed yet, or it's not working yet, but hopefully that'll start making us wood whilst we wait for the oak trees to grow as well. We're actually going to come back to a completed game at this point. Anyway. Cheeky little check here. Still no Voxels build just yet, unfortunately. Oh, this is wood down here, I think. Ideally, we want to get the kitchen upgrade so we can build some of the kitchen items. Again, the kitchen items are meant to be in the house. There will be like a kitchen area where you can cook and prepare food. But for the time being, you can build the cooking items anywhere on the island and then sort of cook wherever you build those. So that's what I'm going to go for next. One of these 2. I should have bought them separately. One of these 2 will be the kitchen upgrade. I imagine the one on the right, actually. We'll start putting that one in, actually. We're going to be just shy of the stone, I think. Yeah, we need a little bit more. But not too much more. We'll sure to get that when these trees finish growing. Speaking of, these trees are finishing up here. At least this one is. Voxels build's ready. Good timing. Yeah, we haven't worked out why, but the Voxels build does take a lot longer than even Skystead Ranch, even though Skystead Ranch is a 3D game. Well, I guess technically Voxels is 3D, but you know what I mean. It's got this game's got music, it's got voice acting, it's got a lot more in it. We expect this one to take a lot longer, but
finally,
yeah, there's the kitchen.
Place to prepare all these food items into something a bit more substantial.
Yeah, Jack can come back to this build and be surprised at all the better islands. Let me head over to Steam and get that update working. Sometimes it takes a little moment for it to actually come through from the building uploaded to being available on Steam. But I think, yep, it's straight through. That's good timing. So we'll exit this game from Jack's launch day build. We've got a fang on the menu there as well. Each sky, every single sky has an icon on here, apart from the cat and the dog, because those are DLC. I think we'll eventually put them in once the DLC is ready, because we are going to be the cat and the dog in the game, or Kickstarter rewards. But the Kickstarters had a poll, and they very graciously said they'd be happy for those. What's it through Steam? Sure. They'd be happy for those Skylights to be added as DLC for people to buy. So when we get around to adding that, we will add it as DLC, and then we'll add those to the loading screen as well. If you've purchased the dog DLC, the dog can appear as a loading icon. But for now, those aren't on there. There is a nice picture of Astro Yeah, so obviously in there we have been working on dark mode. Let's see.
But dark mode is try it. Just see what I'm facing.
It looks good so far. It needs a bit of work here. Haunted Harvest looks good. Did they change the actual? Hang on, let me I'm getting some flickering on my screen here. I don't know if it's just the monitor. I'm blind. Where is the settings? Where's dark mode gone? There it is. Seasonal effects. Turn off the Halloween stuff. I'm not getting. Oh, that's so bright. Oh, right, turn off Halloween. We'll try and. So it doesn't affect this itself, does it? That's still quite a bright look. Ooh, community. Hello. So there you go. Do you recognise the name? If so, it might be your level. So we got. I forget how many submissions we got. It was just over 16. So we got enough for the actual DLC for the thing. But I think there was fewer than 16 submissions. So some people have double entries in here. Fewer than 16 contestants, I guess. Yes, I remember which one's yours actually. Let's play that one. Pet Cacti, is it that one? Kiwi is the best. Just because I don't think. So you'll notice, assuming this is yours, Noah, that this wasn't part of your level. That's because Jack's gone ahead and made sort of like an environment for them all to sit in. So there is a bit of an extra layer of ground on every level. Just so they snap together like every other colouring voxels level. So yeah, I noticed in looking at the dark mode, you've got this border dark, but this background is fixing, doesn't it? Because this is still very bright. That's most of the screen. So I need the background colour changed. Like we have for the Halloween event. Might turn Halloween back on just to make my eyes a bit less offended. After looking at Skystead in this nice autumn theme for so long, I'm used to looking at a darker screen. Turn Haunted Harvest back on. This should give us the nice red background. There we go. Do you want the feedback on why we picked this one over the donut one? Or are you just happy to accept that the cactus is in? I don't want to give you feedback if you're not looking for it. Yeah, the main thing was the cactus had more detail on it. The donut, you had the icing on top, which is nice. But the donut itself was just all same colour for the entire tube. It looked like you just extruded the circle, and I put the icing on top, which, you know, it gave us the desired effect. But in terms of playing the level, we look for a bit of extra detail, a bit of extra something. The interior of the donut was also completely empty. You had a choice to put filling in there if you wanted to, a bit of excitement, but it was completely empty as well. So if I got a donut that was completely hollow in the middle, I'd want my money back, that's for sure. Yeah, it was just mainly the fact that the cactus had some nice texture on it, and the donuts didn't. And yeah, Rob doesn't like donuts as well, because he's boring when it comes to food. To be fair, you can get really boring donuts, but you can also get really good donuts. So if you're just not interested in donuts, you're not going to look for the nice ones, are you? Yeah, you'll notice here, no, this is actually all level in the middle now. So we have this. We look like to make some sort of like exhibition park. It's got a little fence around it so people can't go and touch it. Can't destroy your statue or your whatever you've designed. And then there's your design in the middle here. Again, this little touch here, like for example, you got the plant pot. You've gone ahead and you've put the dirt inside the plant pot. It's a nice touch. And that just, you know, makes it a little bit better to play than the donut, in our opinion. It was a ring donut. So imagine like the cylinder of the donut. It was like it was like that. There was nothing in the middle, so you straight up, if you bit into that as a real donut, you would be given a mouthful of air. Yeah, what we're doing now, so I need actually, I think me or Jack next week needs to play test these levels. Just look for anything we may have missed. There's always a chance that someone's put something inside of these models that we can't see until we play it. So we make sure there's nothing in there that shouldn't be. That's sort of the main thing. But it's also looking for any sort of obvious mistakes. We've decided we're not going to go ahead and edit the levels like too heavily, because we don't want to take away from the art and the sort of the effect that the people have created when they made these levels. So, for example, if Jack had made this level, I would have said need something in the middle of this cactus, because the cactus does have a center. That is a different color to the outside. I would have went ahead and said put something in the middle, but we're not going to make those changes to these levels because this is how it's been created by Noah, and how the other levels have been created by the other contestants, or the other participants. But what we're looking for is any obvious problems. So if you've like accidentally left a massive gap in your cactus arm or something like that, we'll fix that. And we'll also keep an eye out for any materials to add as well. I'm not sure if Jack's added any yet, but there are some levels that have windows and water and stuff. We'll make sure those are transparent. And whatever else, like sort of adding water effects and stuff like that. So if you have anything you want added to that, Noah, if you want like a material added, or you want an effect, you want like some spores coming off it, or it looks like it's dropping pines, drop Jack a message and he'll add it in. So Jake, if you remember the volcano world, for example, has like trees dropping leaves, stuff like that. If you want added effects that you can put in after the level's done, just let Jack know and we'll get them put in. Yeah, it's a good little level. It's very fun to play, straightforward, and again you have the dirt inside the pot, which is always a nice touch. So appreciate that. And Rob wants the kiwi. Let's do the kiwi. I hope this is positioned nicely. We'll see. Yeah, there we go. Yours looks like it's right in the middle, assuming this is positioned nicely, or to the right scale, I should say. So we'll see when we do the rest of these. Kiwi, there we go. So again, this floor isn't part of the submitted level. This is just so it fits in nicely to that, or snap nicely next to the cactus or wherever it sits. This thing's not done, so it might not snap together just yet then. But you get the idea. This bit of grass and path may sit right next to the cactus that we've just done. It'll all lay together like in a park or something where everything's cordoned off. People can go and have a walk around in a little view. But we made it very thin as well. We didn't want to take away from the actual level by adding loads of ground to fill in. So it's just one layer of floor just to add something for the pieces to sit on. Yeah, you still got the fence and some little rocks and stuff to fill in the empty space. But once you've done those, like the next two layers, everything that's after that will be just the submitted piece. I still need to actually get a screenshot of this, and well, I've actually got a screenshot from Blender. I do need to make the announcement post, sort of congratulating all the winners and letting you see all the pieces together as well. So obviously everyone's going to watch the stream. I'll just do a big announcement and let everyone know who's won and what pieces are going to be coming out and when. Yeah, here's a kiwi. It is New Zealand, I believe, has these birds. But you'll notice inside is a funny colour. And that's because they've gone ahead and made the inside of this kiwi the same colour as the kiwi fruit. That's just a nice touch. I really like that name. That little joke. They've got the level's called Kiwi, and it is both the fruit and the bird. So we thought that was a bit genius. Well done. And this is what I was referring to now about the interiors. Like if you did something in the middle of your donut, I had some ideas going on. It might have been something else. Yeah, your name submission as well. That will be on the card. So right now it just shows the name of the level, so it just shows pet cacti. But Rob is adding in a bit of script to make sure your display names here as well, and we'll make sure your display name is what you submitted as well. So we won't spoil it for anyone. But we'll make sure your display name is what you put on the form as well. I like to have a bit of fruit on my lunch, so I'll bring in like an orange or an apple or something. And whenever I'm buying them in the shop, I always see the kiwis, and they always look so nice. But I'm like, how do you eat kiwi? Do you have to like peel it? Because it's furry. I'm like, do you just eat the skin? I've never had like an actual just a kiwi and eating it. You have to scoop the middle out? Like what do you do? Like I've had sliced kiwi, and I've had kiwi in things. But I've never just like picked up a kiwi and ate it. You can't eat the skin. Is it a nice... You can eat orange skin, but it's not nice. Like... Yeah, it's looking good. Even the head's got a bit of kiwi colour inside. It's very good level. Very happy with that. Nothing to fix with that level either. I guess... Are these on Trello? I guess I'll make sure... I'll check... I don't think I've logged into Trello on this PC. You're just saying you can eat the skin. Is it texture aside? Is it a nice tasting skin, or is it like orange peel? Because I don't want to be eating it like orange peel. Yeah, I don't think they're maybe sitting so close together. They are overlapping a little bit, but you sort of get the idea a little bit, right? That everything's gonna be fenced off and sort of put together. Oh, test pattern again. Another clever name, because Jack was looking through when he's putting all the levels into the game. He was looking through for people's like what names they submitted with, so to make sure that we've got the right names on the levels, and we couldn't work out what this one was until we realised what it was. Oh, that's an intelligent name, because it didn't have that. Rob also, whenever we would set up a competition, Rob also always submits something, and just calls a test, just so it's a test submission. We make sure the submissions are working and it's ready to go live. So yeah, the fact that this person submitted more than one level. This one's called test pattern. I initially dismissed it thinking they submitted a test. Submit a test submission, but it's the name of the level and it's quite intelligent, so hopefully the level plays well as well. I'm saying hopefully it plays well, but we've made the decision this level is going to be in the game. What I mean is we're looking for any mistakes. If we left any obvious holes or anything that shouldn't be here, we can get that fixed. The more like orange skin. I might just buy a bag of kiwis next time then, and use that as my fruit of choice then. I know it's a bit hairy, but I guess once you got over the texture, it'd be quite nice. So from what I've seen, like a little bit on Jack's screen when he's been looking at these, I think this level has an interior as well, which is quite good. We were hoping to see interiors built into these levels, so thank you for doing that. I'm saying that and I'm not seeing any, so maybe it's in a bit. I thought I saw something on this level. Yeah, there we go. We've got some colour inside here. So there we go. You can sort of work it out now, maybe. Change the angle a bit, like this. It is an old tube television. And it's got the test pattern on the screen. Yeah, the TV screen. It's a test pattern. It's called test pattern because it's testing the colours of the screen and stuff, right? So it's an intelligent name for the level. Appreciate that. And yeah, we've got the full interior going on. Got the innards and the cartridge out the back. You can plug in your GameCube right there. Yeah, it's just the extra little effort of putting something in the middle there is absolutely what we'll love to see. I think for this one we can steal the effect we made for the the effect that Jack Rob made for the arcade machines. Do the little screen flicker going across it. Add that extra layer or something. Other than that, that level's good. So far, I've been getting through these levels quite quickly as well, which is good. But when Jack was importing them, the size of the world was actually bigger than any one we've done so far. So we'll see where we get to. Everything there we go. 20,000 on these ones. 19,000. So these are quite small, which is never a bad thing. We do like small levels as well. Hello, Sensei Smiley. Yeah, these are the Voxel submissions. The main world isn't set up yet properly. That's why it's all sort of cramped together. But yeah, these are the current Voxel submissions. Yeah. Jack's gone ahead and added a floor to all of them, just so when we do set up fully, they'll all be set out nicely on the main menu. But yeah, we're just playing through all the actual submissions. And these will be available hopefully next week. There's no time limit on when these will be coming out, but if we get everything done in time and there's no issues, hopefully it'll be coming out next week. But yeah, I'll be announcing it properly later to let everyone see all the winners side by side. Yeah, this is one of the ones where again, it's an airship with nice interior here. It's got like seats and stuff on the middle. But this bit here is glass, I believe. This number 4 is meant to be glass. So we will make sure to make that transparent. And if this is your level, if you've made this level, or any of the levels that we've made, be sure, if you want any particular effects added, to let us know. Like if you want wind blowing past the airship, or whatever your level may be, let us know and we can make sure to add it in. Just to add the extra little bit of pizzazz. But we'll make these windows transparent. That's obvious. There's something to add in. Anything that seems obvious we'll be doing. But anything bespoke that you think will be a nice addition to your level, make sure you message Jack or us in the Discord to get that in. I know if this is the level I'm thinking of, Jack's already made one small change to this level. As we go up here, we'll see the next layer here. So you get up here and you get to the... There's a hot air balloon. It's not quite a hot air balloon, right? It's an airship balloon. And the interior of the balloon was all filled in. So we've hollowed it out just to make it... Because there was no texture inside it. It was all just the white of the balloon. I think it's gone down. No, it hasn't. Yeah. So this was all filled in, fully white. So we've gone out and sort of hollowed out the middle, just because there would be empty space here. There'll be air inside of it, right? Or some sort of gas, I should say. So we've hollowed out that space to make the gas in the middle. That's the only change we made to this one so far, other than obviously going to add the glass texture and stuff. Yeah, we've got the nice wind effect we added from... I think we used it the first time in the medieval pack. Then we've used it a few times because it does look quite nice. It adds just a bit of motion to those levels. Like there's the tree level in the Halloween pack. You haven't played that yet, spoilers. But when you finish the big tree, you get wind blowing through the branches, and it just makes it look so much nicer. But adds a bit of motion to an otherwise still level. So. You'll notice this level as well didn't have a ground like all the other ones, and a fence around it, and that's just because it's an airship. So this one will be flying above all the other ones, just because of the nature of what's been built. We can easily just place it in the sky. Looks like it's flying around. So for next year, if you're submitting something and you think I don't want my level to have a ground, just think about how you can avoid being on the ground. Make sure it's a flying level or a jumping level or something that would make sense to be positioned in the air, away from needing a ground and a pen, like the rest of these levels. But this is the only one out of these submissions that doesn't have a ground, just because it's the only one that was built to be a flying object. I'm realising on this PC I'm not playing with the settings that I normally play with, which means to colour in their own colours and whatnot, but I'll be fine for now. I will change the settings off this level just because it's how I normally play. But there's no materials added yet, so these levels will need rechecking once the materials are added to make sure they're working properly, because it is possible when we add a material to the world or to the game that we don't set it up properly, and there's one setting where it allows you to colour in the voxels incorrectly, and if the custom material is not put in properly, it won't, that setting won't work for that colour. So I will need to turn those on when I'm testing them again once the materials and stuff being added in. The same materials don't need to be static as well. It doesn't just need to be a transparent bit of glass. If you played the computer world DLC, those computer parts have RGB and they sort of like change the lighting. You can have lights that glow, that shine. So if anything in your world you think I've got a street light that I would like to be an actual glowing light, let us know as well. We can put that in as well. But yeah, another good level. I think only thing we need to do for that is, as I said, make the glass transparent. And I've just noticed those little propellers on the side, so I think a bit of wind going past the propellers would be quite a nice touch as well. Just a little bit. It can't sway the whole object. Each voxel can be affected. You add like a little rippling effect, but that'll be on each voxel. We can't make the whole thing sway, but with it being so tall, we can certainly have like wind blowing through the gaps and stuff. We can make these the spines. Would they look weird if they were swaying? We could add a little like wiggle to those. But again, the whole cactus wouldn't sway if that's what you're imagining. Maybe again, this airship will be up in the sky above all the other ones. Let's have a look what I want to do next. I know I want to do the... I quite like the catio. Let's do the catio. Yeah, can make the spikes pointier. Yeah, we can change the actual width of them to make them a bit thinner. Make it look like a bit more like a spine that would get stuck in to you if you were to touch it. Oh. I'm a bit of trouble with this mouse. I can see what Jack was complaining about last week, or 2 weeks ago even. Yeah, even though a few submissions in Colour Pixels, we were still very happy with the results we got. I think I had a bit of a pessimistic outlook. I was expecting them to be a bit naff, because I know making voxel art can be a lot trickier. It's a whole different skill set to drawing pixel art. So I wasn't sure what to expect, but the submissions we got were actually pretty incredible. So thank you to everyone who did submit. Very happy with the submissions we got. Even if someone did just submit a JPEG of Paw Patrol, the ones that were actual 3D models. Thank you very much for those. And yeah, they'll be out in the game soon. You'll be able to play them, and then hopefully inspire other people to make things next year. And hopefully we can make this annual like we do with Colour Pixels, because a good bit give back to the community allows you to put something in the game. But if you're not even wanting to submit art yourself, it gives you a free world to play with as well, on top of all the other content in the game. This probably is. It might even be Kim. You never know. There's a lot of people who submit selfies and stuff as well to Colour Pixels. I don't know if they're expecting us to turn them into pixel art, or if they're just doing it to be like, here's a submission. Right, so on to the actual level. This is the catio. I know this is another example where there is some glass in the door. That isn't transparent, but we will make it transparent for the actual release. I was going to change the settings, and I didn't change the settings. Let's do it now. It's a totally different sort of process making voxel art, isn't it? So I feel it feels more creative, doesn't it? You can just add and remove voxels. Very very Minecrafty, as we put in the description of the submission. But we're looking at. There we go. Color lock. Limit colors to palette. Turn those off. This is how I normally QA test these levels, just so we can actually check any issues. There won't be any issues with these colors at the minute because no materials are applied. But I'll turn these settings on just to make sure I'm in the habit, and you can see a bit of the process of how I play it. So yeah, there you go. If you don't use this setting, this is what we added as more of a be more in line with colouring pixels. Allows you to colour in their own colours. We can still expand upon it, because right now all these number 3s and number 4s that I've already done, you can't remove them unless you go ahead and use the eraser. But in standard colouring pixels, there is a setting that allows you, if you go over an already coloured block or pixel, it'll undo your work and change it with a different colour. So we can expand on the colour lock even more, so to add that in as well, if as a feature update. But for now, this is a nice middle ground. Allows you to colour in the wrong cubes like that. But yeah, what I was saying before though, if we add a material like the glass or the RGB stuff, if it's not set up properly, it wouldn't change the colour of the other cubes like that. It will only work on the correct number. So that's the main reason I test with these settings, is to make sure all the materials are working as they should be once they've been created and put into the game. This does make the playtime a little bit longer than playing like this, but that's fine. Some players will play with these settings, so it does still give us an accurate representation of how long some people will play these levels for. This level, with this game, even with this music, is making me enter full zen chill out mode, so hopefully I won't fall asleep on stream here. This is extremely relaxing. Bit more spoilers for current Voxels players here. We've already started work on the next monthly DLC as well. Jack's made a starlight yesterday. And the patrons already know who what the theme is because they voted for it. But the theme for next Running Voxels DLC is going to be Mars Colony. We went with Mars instead of Moon just because we have a more interesting colour palette. So Rob's having a nice geek out over that. He's drawing out an entire Mars Colony, what it will look like as realistic as possible. And then Jack's making that into voxel art. So there'll be a Mars Colony as the next DLC. And the one following that, you can probably already guess, will be an Advent one. Yeah, it did keep getting tired. Eventually, it did win at the very last minute, so, or at least by the time Monday came out, so that was good. Yeah, it's ready. Jack's working on it already. He's already made the first, I think, 3, 4, hopefully 5 levels. That'll be enough for me to get the stock sent off. And actually start the process of making the DLC live. That's not until mid to the end of November. But we want to get that done sooner rather than later. So I know it's still October, and we're working on it already because November's always busy for us here at ToastieLabs. We always have the Advent books, and this game, Colour Voxels, is added to that workload because we do want to do a Voxels Advent as well. So there'll be a book with 24 levels in it, and each level will unlock every day in the month of December. So you'll have another Advent book to use alongside your chocolate Advent book, maybe a Lego Advent calendar. I know Bob gets those every year. You have your Colouring Pixels Advent book. Now you can have a Colouring Voxels Advent as well, and a Wooloop. Don't forget Wooloop. Oh yeah, I remember what this is down here now. Look at this. It's a cat under the rug. How cute is that? I thought it was really clever use of space. So one thing that is a challenge when making things in voxel art, especially with the restrictions we put on the sizes of the levels, is getting things to look like they should in that scale can be quite difficult. Obviously, you can make one cat in this entire level, and it will look quite detailed and quite good. But if you want to make like a room, like they have here, making a cat, that's obviously a cat, can be quite difficult. So we're quite. I was quite impressed with how much detail I managed to get in on such a small scale. You even got a litter box here, I just realised that. You even got a little... There's some poo in the litter box. We need to add some stink lines to the litter box. That's for sure. There's little wet patches and there's a lump of poop. We need to add some stink lines to the litter box for sure. As gross as it is, that's the kind of detail we were hoping to see. So thank you to the person who made this level, putting poop in the box. Have you told Ken about that advent yet? You might have spotted for it. And thank you to the pooper, yeah. Look at that. Even put a little handle on top of the litter box. And that's the sort of little details that are like, you know, just makes it just a little bit better. You just spotted her advent calendar forever, you know? I did announce the stream with an @ here, so she would have seen we were going live. Yeah, they call this level catio, which is a term for when you build an outdoor space for cats that's still enclosed. That's why it's got like a big fence around it, although it looks like the cats could get out of those. But I get very much cat cafe vibes from this. It's got the logos on the outside. It's got a little heart, I guess, on the rug. But yeah, I don't know how I get proper cat cafe vibes from this. I don't know why. I feel like it's more of a cat cafe than a catio, but I guess because it is a smaller space. I wonder what this is next to the cat litter box. I'm pretty sure Kim, like Hyper, does the Wordle as soon as it hits midnight. They often come into work in the morning, it's like, no matter how early you get in, there's always at least you two who have done the Wordle. It's good, I'm happy that we're getting a lot of traction. I'm happy people are enjoying the Wordle. It's a fun start to my work day for me, but it's more for the community than for us in the office. But it's just a fun way to get logged in and get ready for work, is to be really bad at Wordle for like 10 minutes. So this over here is another cat. You can see its feet and its tail. Well, that's a little cat tree. Well, I don't think that cat would fit in there. This level's also very good use of space. They've clearly there was dimensions you had to work within. I think they've built right up to the dimensions and all of this. Just use the space quite nicely. Again, you don't have to use the entire size. You can make a small level and still have an equal chance of winning. Same goes for colouring pixels. It would be quite difficult to make a small level that still looks really good compared to making a large level where you get to put more detail in. So the size of the level doesn't actually matter as long as the end result is still looking good. But again, this is just a nice little use of space for this particular level though. I think Jack just got one too many wrong that he just doesn't want to do anymore. He does it every now and then when he feels up to it, but the whole point of the Wordle in the Discord, if you don't want to do it today, someone else will do it and we'll keep the streak going. It's a nice community way of keeping the streak. It's quite nice. I'll have a look, now that I've pretty much finished that sign, we'll have a little look. This number 14 on the door here, this is the glass I was talking about. We've got a sign on the wall. I was wondering if it's like sort of like a sign for like to make it glow, but I think it's more photo frames, isn't it? Got a picture of a cat, a picture of a person. And a sign pointing you to the cat here. So, like a public. Again, I think that's what I'm getting vibes of like a cat cafe. There's a sign pointing you where to go. A little ginger cat climbing up the wall. Oh, it's another cat. There's a very thin cat on the fence. I was wondering what this grey was here. But a cat squeezed in onto the onto the railing there. I was wondering what was missing. There's a block behind the cat's head there. I've run out of fours. Broke the game, Rob. I was wondering how long I've been up here. Oh yeah, it's 3 o'clock, isn't it? I want to finish up this level if we can. If we can. I've exited and came back and I've got the falls. I don't know how I did that. Yeah, I think I'll finish up this level so we can see the end result. Because if we've gotten this far on it, I know you can play it yourself when it's coming out. But it will look a little bit different by the time it comes out. And this fact that it'll have little stink lines in the cat litter box. Because of the poop on the window there will be transparent there as well. And there might be something else we'll spot whilst I finish this level up, so see what else we can find. But yeah, so we'll finish up this level. We're nearly at the end, I believe. We've only got a few more layers to go, and it's mostly going to be the wall, I think. So we'll get quicker as we get towards the end. And then we'll wrap up the stream here. So thanks very much for watching, everyone that stopped by today. Have a little chat. Thanks to everyone who's been watching without conversation, joining in the chat as well. Obviously, there's no requirement for you to talk to us. You can just watch and alert, as they call it here on Twitch. That's totally fine too. Just thanks for stopping by and watching, and hope you enjoyed a bit of the Skystead Halloween stuff if you haven't watched it yet. If you haven't played it yet yourself. And hope you enjoyed the sneak peek of bless you up, the sneak peek of the winners as well. Because it will soon after this this stream ends, when I fully nothing to save, that's fine. As soon as the stream ends, I'll make a start on getting the announcement put out. So notice, yeah, this a light, because that's the same colour as the door. So if we make the door transparent, this voxel here will become transparent as well. So we'll have a look what the rest of this is before we do that, because which is fine. If we want to make the door transparent, we still can. We just need to work out if this block needs to be transparent as well, because if it doesn't, we just need to change the colour of it to make it not exactly the same as the door. Yeah, the first thing I'll be doing after I finish up the stream here, we'll be actually putting the post together for the winners. So obviously we've only shown off, what, 4, maybe 5 levels on stream today. But if you keep an eye on the Discord, on our social medias, on Steam, you'll see the list of all the winners, and you'll be able to see all the art that's been successful in getting into the game. I don't think that's meant to be glass, so I have to change that colour, that's for sure. I'll make a note of that. So yeah, keep an eye out for the post that'll be coming out shortly after the stream, just to see who else has won and what else you can play when the DLC comes out. It's not technically DLC, is it? It's a free update to the game. Got some plants here. So I think this here is a light. And if it is a light, we can make a glow. Are these fairy lights even as well, maybe? Not too sure. Also, I think this on the left here by the door is a light. So I can make a glow, but I'll have to double check if that was sharing a colour with anything else as well. If you want to make that glow again, we need to make sure there's nothing else in the level with the same colour. So I forgot what colour it was at this point. I can go back down and load it actually. It's 33. Try and keep an eye on any more 33s. I'm not too sure if there was. Oh, we've hit the end. Very cute little level. Well, not even that little, but yeah, that's that. Cardio. Minor changes to make, but the changes are just to the textures, not to the actual level itself. There's a couple of obvious things to put in there. But yeah, well, I think that was one of my personal favourites. But that's for you to decide which one's your favourite when you see them all. I am biased because I have cats myself, so you know, there's always that. Not that it affected my actual decision making, but because there wasn't much to choose from. Voxels. And yeah, obviously on this main menu, everything will be spread out. To lay out nicely, like all the other DLC, all the other worlds on the left there. And yeah, you can play these soon as well, so make sure you've downloaded Colouring Voxels if you haven't already. Rob's already shared the link up above. Get playing the game, and this community book will appear on your list soon enough as well, and you'll be able to play all these for free as a free update. So yeah, keep an eye out, as I said, for the post, as well as upcoming dark mode. You know, that's a bit of a rave for you guys. Hope not epileptic. And let's double check whilst we're here. Noah is in the list only once. There we go. And has the right name, I believe. So that can confirm, Noah, your name has been updated in the list to be represented correctly. But yeah, thanks everyone for stopping by and watching today's stream. Very fun playing Skystead Ranch. Check that out as well. And then other than that, check out Colouring Voxels and wait for the upcoming free release. So thanks for watching, and we will catch you all in 2 weeks' time. Maybe Jack, maybe me. Probably won't be Rob, but we'll see. See you then.